is not really what I want to talk about. Or when he was a sergeant, probably the youngest sergeant in the Ocean Township Police Department, is not really what I want to talk about. When I first met Michael Clancy, he was 17 years old. I was 20 years old in a rent-a-cop on the beach in Spring Lake, and he was a lifeguard. He was not only a lifeguard, he was a high school senior who was a member of the Spring Lake First Aid Squad. And he would respond to help his fellow citizens day and night. And I'll never forget it, because obviously he was tall, maybe a little skinnier, and he would show up at all these first aid calls where citizens in his community were in need. And he would go in high school with his friends. One of them was Tim Giblin, who's a lieutenant in the Spring Lake Police Department now. And these young men, they always stuck in my mind. They were true local heroes. Mike's public service has obviously taken him to a level where he's not only helping people who are injured, he is an advocate for victims of crimes, homicide victims, family members, sexual assault victims, some of the most heinous crimes in our area. Mike is a detective, and he's protecting our families and our communities. And I couldn't be more proud to stand here right now to honor and welcome Lieutenant Michael Clancy of the Prosecutor's Office, the Commodore Barry Award recipient.
Thank you very much. When I learned I was getting this award, I was overwhelmed. I didn't know what to think. I certainly didn't think I was deserving. I tried to find out as much as I could about the previous recipients, and when I learned who they were, I really didn't think I deserved to be up here. And when I got here today, and I had an opportunity to meet some of my father's old friends, Mr. Renahan, a number of good Irishmen from the area, I realized more than ever I don't deserve to be up here. I asked a couple, I didn't know what to say. I teach a lot in what I do. I teach at the academy, I've taught at colleges, and I feel like I have an ability to do that. But what I've never had to do is talk about myself, and I don't know what to say to all of you. I look around, I thought I had some ideas about what I wanted to say when I got here and when I got this award. And then as I was at happy hour and I got reminded about all the people that are here, I pale in comparison to so many of you. I think of the Powers family, I think of a lot of people that I work with, and I don't know why I'm here. But what I can tell you is that I'm a proud Irishman from the Irish Riviera. I was born and raised in Spring Lake Heights, this very town right here. This award is in defense of the nation. I never served in the military, as so many people have. However, I serve you day in and day out here in Monmouth County. I love this county. I grew up on Wall Road my entire life. I had two great parents, Mary Lee and Brian Clancy. I lost my father entirely too early to esophageal cancer. And I have two great sisters, Laura and Jill, a niece and nephew. I'm a local kid. I grew up in this town. I lifeguarded from, as soon as I was able to be on the beach, I was lifeguarding. I started volunteering in the Spring Lake First Aid Squad. And it was then that I realized how much public service was going to be a part of my life. I didn't have aspirations to join the FBI or to do amazing things or get headlines in the newspaper. I just wanted to help people. As Eddie mentioned earlier, being a volunteer in the first aid squad exposed me to law enforcement. Here in Spring Lake and Spring Lake Heights, everyone says, well, you know, it's not the busiest town, it's not the most crime-ridden, but these are the towns that you want to live in. And these are the towns you want to live in because of guys like Eddie Kerr, Pat Gilroy, Chris Kaczynski, and Tim Giblin. They keep the towns in the Irish Riviera safe, and there's no greater place in New Jersey or in this country than Monmouth County. And I was fortunate enough to put myself through the police academy after being a dispatcher in Spring Lake and Spring Lake Heights, a little tailhead blonde kid. Never met someone that wasn't Irish Catholic until I went to college. I went to St. Catherine's Grammar School. I went to St. Catherine's, I went to St. Rose, and then I went to St. Joe's in Philly. I got a good Jesuit education, and it was all about serving others. And it wasn't the education that brought me there, it was my sense of serving others that brought me there. And I was fortunate enough to work in the Ocean Township Police Department for about 9 years. And that's really where I cut my teeth and realized that I wanted to join the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. And I was fortunate enough to do that. And I got an opportunity to work in the Major Crimes Bureau, which, if you ask anyone that I care about, that's where you want to be. And that's really where you serve the people of Monmouth County. Every time someone overdoses, every time someone gets shot, every time someone kills a kid, every time someone robs a bank, every time a family gets lost in a fire, and you read about it the next day, it's the guys in the Major Crimes Bureau that are out there working for the victims, and are working for these families, and are working for the people of Monmouth County. And to be able to lead that unit the way I have for the last 8 years has been a dream come true. And I'm honored to be here. As many of you know, in August, I was diagnosed with ALS. I certainly wasn't expecting that. To hear that life is limited is tough, but I want you to know that I will continue to fight against ALS on behalf of myself and others as much as I fought for Monmouth County. Thank
Michael, thank you.